been to Louisiana.
Oh, wow, okay.
New Orleans, never been. So yeah, that was just a good experience.
Today I want to talk to you.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there, but I had a funeral.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well,
You was gonna go to the Essence?
yeah, well, I had to speak. And so I was just gonna, enjoy it too.
Yeah, I know. Jasmine Crockett spoke.
Right, yeah, Jasmine was there.
That was a season of my life that I actually read.
That was another thing I realized when I go back. I really want to go into the rooms that I didn't know how to get into. You know, like the educational rooms.
Oh, they're really good.
I know I didn't know about them.
Oh, okay.
I was like, until I started looking at my TikTok, like, what was this part of Essence?
Right, right.
Like, I was on the other side or something. I need to be on this side.
Yeah, that's where I was supposed to be speaking, and I couldn't make it, but yeah, Jasmine told me about it.
Oh, wow.
And there's,
Oh, if I would have known you was going to be, you know I would have been in the room.
I learned during my
Yes.
experience.
What, that was the best part of the whole Essence is
Distance running is unique.
Sunday when they had church. I tell you, they even really just had church.
Oh, good.
Like they,
Because your
it was full of just a lot of stuff going on, chaotic. But it was like once that spirit started moving, like we just know when to be like, hold up,
Right.
thank you, stop, pause.
That's right.
Distance running is not just about
It was good. It was real good to
it's
see
about stamina
thousands of people,
and strategy.
on one accord. That was so amazing.
I'm really glad you
I'm
went.
gonna say it one more time. Distance running isn't just about
That's what I went to. I really want to see. I got to
your
see her.
success.
Oh, good.
In distance running is predicated on your stamina and your strategy. And I can recall distance races where the gun would go off and we would take off. And I would observe the activity of others and come to the conclusion they don't have a winnable strategy because they're exerting too much energy too soon. And lo and behold, there were always those that would take off as the guns sounded. They would take off out of the blocks. Well, we didn't use blocks for distance run, but they take off at the beginning of the race quickly, feverishly. And I just watched them get a big lead, knowing that their pace for the race was sustained. Inevitably, halfway through the race, sometimes halfway around the first lap, they would flame out because they were using their speed to get a good start. But they didn't have stamina and a strategy to have a strong finish. And I learned something. That the Bible, specifically the Apostle Paul, often compares athletics to life. The Apostle Paul even says, he says, when I run my race, I don't run as someone who's just beating or fighting against the air. He says, I discipline my body so that when I preach to others, I'm not a castaway. He uses athletic analogies to describe life. And I've learned that just like track, life is that way. It's not just about your speed. And I want somebody to hear that, because maybe you're feeling nervous. Maybe you're unsure about your own evolution because you're observing the progress of other people. And it seems like they came out of the block faster than you. And you are running this race called life. And it seems like for the majority of your race, you're looking at their backs because they seem to be in front of you. And you're tired and you're fatigued. So you're assuming that I'll never catch up with them because all I've seen is people's backs. I want you to know the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but to the one that endures to the end. And your spiritual success is not just going to be based on your speed. It's going to be based on your stamina and your strategy. I understood the importance of a healthy pace, so that at the end of the race, when everybody else was slowing down, I was turning up. What if I told you God might be saving your best for last? What if I told you it doesn't matter who starts where at the beginning of the race? What matters is what position you're in at the end of the race. What if I told you that there were some races I never led the race until the last 200 yards because I always kept something in the tank for the end. Did you hear what I just said? And I want you to know that it is possible to be running the race of life, feeling like for the majority of my life I haven't been leading. But there might be some reserves in your tank you haven't tapped into yet. There may be some abilities and some capabilities that you are even unaware of. And this last season of your life is a season where God's getting ready to make the last first and the first last. If you receive it, but I receive that in the chat. I want you to catch this. Sometimes people come out. Because it allows us to eavesdrop on the conversation that Jesus had with the people. John called the disciples. I didn't call them that. You didn't call them that. John did. He said, they're disciples. They are followers, mentees, apprentices of Jesus. Walking with Jesus. Saying, I'm with Jesus. You can't make me doubt it. I know too much about it. They're disciples. And they get to a point in their journey with Jesus where Jesus now has to shift the tone of his teaching. His time with them is getting shorter. So his mentoring with them has to get different. Jesus understood a leadership principle that every mentor, every coach, every leader has to understand. You train the many to find the few. Am I making sense there? I'm going to say it again. You train the many to find the few. You will not always see a return from everybody you invest in. But you've got to be willing to invest in many to get a return from the few. So we know Jesus had these 12 disciples, right, that the Bible calls apostles, where he had a unique mentoring relationship with. And I think very often when we're teaching Jesus' ministry, we only teach his interaction with those 12. But Luke talks about 70. Another gospel writer talks about 72. So we know there were a group of other people who were on the kind of outer circle of Jesus' relational orbit, who were disciples also. And so he says, now, my time on earth is getting short. So my investment in you needs to be more significant. So now, I got to shift the tone of my teaching. And he says, listen, he says, all right, unless you eat my flesh, drink my blood, you have no parts of it. They're like, all right, I need something with you. This right here, that makes sense. What are you talking about? And the Bible says, they respond by saying, this is a hard teaching. Who can accept this? So the shift in the tone of the teaching was a tool that God used to accelerate the purging of certain people. No. Because when they say this is a hard teaching, the Bible says Jesus was aware of their grumbling. I'm not going to bother this. So it means that they didn't grumble to him. They grumbled amongst each other. And so Jesus is aware of their grumbling and the fact that they grumbled with each other and did not pursue clarity from him was an indication that they were no longer ready to walk with him. Because just like in this season of my life, you got to talk to me, not grumble to them. Is there anybody watching that will say, I'm in that season of my life? If you're going to be my friend, don't grumble to them. Talk to me. Yeah, if you're going to be my business partner, don't grumble to them. Talk to me. I want us to have the kind of relationship where you can talk to me and not just grumble to them. Jesus is aware of their grumbling. All right. He asked this question. Are y'all ready for this? If you're ready, put I'm ready in the chat. If you're ready, say I'm ready in the studio. He asked this question. Does this offend you? He said, you offended? He wasn't offensive. But he asked, are you offended? Are y'all ready for this? Now this applies spiritually with God and naturally with men. It's one thing for someone to be offensive and exploit. That's not what Jesus was. It's another thing for people to be offended by something that's hard. She's like, I'm not even offensive. I just told you a truth that's hard. And the hard truth offends you. Gosh, this is a hard truth. You gotta forgive your enemies. You have to love people we don't like. And you don't have to accept that because you don't be a Christian that's like Jesus. Now, you create your own kind of Christianity if you want. You just probably call it something else. Yeah, if it's, you know what I mean? If it's not Christ-like, just call it something else. Don't put his name in it. Because just like, that's not me. I said, love you. Are you offended that you just can't pick because you want relational? Like when I give you relational restrictions and say, don't be unequally yoked, does that offend you? And if so, are you grumbling to others or seeking clarity? Are we seeking answers in Clubhouse? No shade, but not God's house. Who should I date? You ask everybody but God. He said, does this offend you? And I think he asked the question because he wanted an honest answer. Because here it is, spiritually and naturally, offense is the relationship test. Whoever survives, Jesus is like, whoever survives this is assigned to me.
Big guy. Big guy.
How do I know? Because the Bible says many left him, right, to follow him no more. But if you keep reading, this is what happens. It says he turns to Peter.
I would have wanted
The other disciples, excuse me, the 12. And he says, are y'all going to leave too? And Peter responds. He says, where else can I go? You have the words of eternal life. In other words, I don't know what you mean
none of they songs. I did not to be on like that. I just don't.
I do know your track record is proven to me. I do know your faithfulness has been verified in my history. So I know what you mean, but I know I don't have any other option.
Like 5 years taking a fast on
You said where I'm going.
Because I just consume myself with music.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I had to be like, and then I wasn't consuming myself with enough knowledge.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to like change that.
No, that's
The
good.
relationship tester. But testing the authenticity of a relationship is, can it survive offense?
Even old fools. I used to be out there, Pastor.
I understand. I promise.
I had to like, hold up. Hold up. Change, reprogram, everything.
I goodness.
So yeah, I got to. And then I was with my girlfriend, and that was their kind of genre.
Right.
They knew all the songs I felt like I was so happy.
To drive me away from a truth.
They had a male panel talking about mental health, and I was over here like focusing on. They like, Tasha, what was this girl? Yo, I'm trying. Don't call me boring. This is fun to me.
Right.
I deal with men.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, I deal with men, and I'm like, oh, these men over here talking about mental health, and I'm over here trying to get
I can't lower my standard.
Yeah, I was right on time for you then.
Huh?
I was right on time to mental health piece for men.
That was just, I was over there, they all running, trying to get free stuff, and I'm like, wait,
Right.
what is this panel?
Right.
I need to be over here.
There are some things we need to change, right? I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about truth standard, your standards. I'm not going to go here. Oh, I could go here. I could go all the way there, right? Yeah. What have you changed? Come here, look at me. Teenager, prom. You going to prom. You in college. Look at me.
But yeah, if you go next year, at least you'll know about all the.
Don't abandon.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I need that. I need to know that whole other side of the essence.
You'll love it. You will love it.
I need that. I was like, because I was with my girlfriend. We had a good time.
Right.
But I was just with them, and they wasn't, that wasn't they. But now I'm like, oh, okay, I can know how to cut off and then come back in, and we,
Right.
oh, y'all want to go to Barber Trip, and let's go, because I got my knowledge.
What I know is this.
I didn't my knowledge.
Because it's hard for you.
Even it was like a whole content creator part, and I'm a content creator. So I really just wanted, I would have wanted to be all in that.
Right.
And I didn't get to be in essence. Because my friends was trying to have a good time. Have a good time.
I know that's right.
Yeah, they was like, They was just worried about a good time. And then the free stuff, I was like, oh, I got irritated. I got irritated with the free lines. Oh, no, it's 5,000 people standing in line for a bottle of shampoo. I'm good.
Right.
I said, And they fight me. Fire marshal being called. I'm like, oh, I'm in the wrong area.
Right.
And thinking that that's them.
The way you said it, what I'll tell you.
Maybe it might be in terms of leaving Jesus.
One of my best friends, her sister lives there, so
Oh,
we stayed
good.
with
Okay.
her.
And maybe you're like the prodigal son.
And
that
we
Jesus
really got
talks
to
about.
culture.
Not that left, but the one that
She's
stayed.
from there, the friend that I went with,
But
she's
your
from
heart left.
Louisiana, she's from New Orleans. So we just went to go do the whole authentic.
You stayed, but your fire left.
I did the swamp tour.
Not as emotionally engaged, not as enthused, not as
That was fun for
passionate,
me.
not the
And
same.
then, like, I was trying, we did the swamp tour, but my friend was the one who picked it out, but I really wanted to do the plantation swamp tour.
Okay.
I'm into stuff like that.
Right.
Like I really wanted to know, I really wanted to see a plantation and, you know, slaves quarters.
Right.
I really wanted to see all that. But the swamp that I did go to still was amazing, cause I just was like, man, we were some tough people.
You got that right.
You hear me? We some tough people, cause you like slave mess over here and the alligators over
Ain't
here.
that something?
Woo! And we gotta get through this swamp.
What?
We gotta get through this swamp.
And survive all that? That's amazing.
That was the biggest part for me. And them gators was in there. You hear me?
So you saw some?
Yeah, a lot. A lot. They're everywhere. I don't know how they got through it. I wouldn't have did it. I would have been one of them slave, would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and stay over here. Master give me eats. It was a lot of gators.
Wow.
And I can imagine back then when it wasn't so controlled.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lord, I seen them gators. I was like, I can just imagine people like, damn, I'm not gonna do that swamp. And then the ones that said I'm gonna go through that swamp, you know what?
What?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for going through that swamp.
Thank you.
Because we didn't have to, but y'all did. Y'all went through the swamps. I was like, there was a lot of gators in that bar.
That is
Yeah, they were just, and they wasn't scared of us at all.
At all.
At all.
so
I made me start getting mad at them. All over again. We had incidents, like we was ruling over them. Now they ain't scared of us.
Thank you,
So
thank
I'm
you,
gonna tell you.
thank you.
The Bible says,
Now they ain't scared of us at all.
be ignorant
Nah, they will eat us
of
for
his
dinner.
What?
six
Big
books.
gianty babies.
Which is
Babies look
dedicated,
big.
part of Ephesians 6 is
Oh.
dedicated to what we would call in Christian circles
Yeah, and then you
spiritual
can
warfare.
tell like, no,
Right?
the babies kind of like really
Be
come
strong
out
in the
like
Lord
this
and the
big.
power of his might,
The 10-year-old
and all that you
They
gotta put
probably
on.
like only this long.
Right? Put on
But
that.
you see
Oh,
them ones that's like,
Paul
they like
says,
20,
so
30.
that you might be able to stand against, King James says, the wiles.
Yeah, it
You know
was-
that word is
I just love everything
the
about that
methods,
movie.
the strategies,
I
the
just love
schemes
that,
of the
that
enemy.
part of seeing that.
She says,
was-
we need to be able to
Woo!
recognize
Like,
his
come on, Lord.
schemes
Give me-
and
give me-
his
give me my
strategies.
strength
And
back.
he's got strategies
And
to
then-
extinguish our
I
fire.
don't know why. When I went to Louisiana, it reminded me how much I love trees.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah.
I've been ignoring all the trees around here. Like that, I mean, but just to drive down there,
Oh,
just see these trees.
Y'all drove?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you
I
saw,
drove.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said, he's
And it was a smooth drive. I've never seen none of it, and I'm so glad we did drive. But like I said, I'm
because
not
when
about
he
to
gets
drive.
done, it's going to be finished.
But I'm
He's
glad
a
we
finisher.
did.
So
But
finishing
I
is on the
really,
inside.
it made me realize as a little girl, I've always been fascinated with trees, and I just had forgot about that.
Well, you were in the perfect place then. Yeah.
They trees are they're getting watered on top and on the bottom,
Right.
and they roof was so rich, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
do y'all see the roof? Everybody like, what girl? I'm trying to go. We go to French Quarter. I'm like, look at the roofs in these trees.
Right.
Here in John 6.
I was over everybody's head. They like, girl, who did we bring?
Trees are beautiful. I don't care everybody says strong. Yeah.
You know them real mother trees that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
that big around, and then they roots are like that big.
These
You
are
like,
the first five. I
It's
see right here in
amazing.
John 6.
oh, God, you are being fed.
Oh,
And you've been around for a long time, you got a lot of stuff to tell us.
Thank you.
One thing to
Oh,
compare
thank you, yeah.
is
That's
another
right.
thing
You've
to
been
compare.
around for a long
They've
time.
seen a lot.
And you done
Overcome a lot.
weathered a lot.
Survive, exactly. That was my next thing. They weathered hurricanes. Yeah.
Katrina,
Come on. And they still standing.
they was down there
I'm
like,
on social media.
Come on,
you
man.
say something.
I seen it. I seen them weathered trees. I said, Lord, thank you.
No,
I
I'm
needed
telling
to
you
see
what I
that.
said.
They
You
gave
tell
me
me what
energy.
I said. I know what I
Them
meant.
trees gave me energy. I was like, oh, like when I was little, I used to
That's what can
climb
happen.
trees like it was nobody.
And then you say relationship. You got a
Yes,
relationship.
all the way to the
This is
top. Like I'll get on that
Anybody
tree
like
and go
that
all the way
always
up.
assumes their
So you was
interpretation.
always were fascinated by trees. Okay.
Always, and I just forgot about
I
it.
didn't literally mean I want you to
went down
walk
there and I
on
was
a
like,
calf.
oh, look at these big trees you can climb. You know,
Jesus
they see
always
these little,
spoke
like
about
these new
hyperbole
subdivisions.
and the
That's
extreme
real
analogies,
tree.
right? If your eye offends you, pluck it out.
Them
If your
trees
hand
you
offends you,
climb.
cut it off. He does not
I
literally
used to
mean
climb
gouge
trees.
out your eye or cut off
All the way
your
to the
hand.
top of
He's
a
saying
tree
take
and
whatever
actually make it
measures
a
you need to take
Just
to
to
Wow.
escape.
protect yourself
Wow.
from yourself if you know yourself.
Yeah, cause my mom was on
Did you hear
drugs,
what I just
on
said?
crack
He said,
cocaine my
you need
whole
to know
life.
you enough.
Wow.
So they used to be
willing
like
take
my
whatever
escape. They used to be my
protection
club house
you need to
getaway
to protect
for me.
yourself from
Yeah, bless
yourself.
And get up on that tree, and it just looked, I don't
He's doing the
know.
same thing here in John 6.
I didn't know how much I love trees like baby. I was like, I needed that.
That was great.
I needed that.
That was great.
So, you know, I can talk about the essence and all that, but it was so much about the city that reminded me
I mean,
such
the
of
culture of New Orleans is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I was there Tuesday. I had to preach Tuesday.
Really? You was there Tuesday?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Even the, like, on businesses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was so excited. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Ah,
It was beautiful. I wouldn't live there, but it's beautiful.
No, I'm with you on that.
not only this
Not
interpretation,
somewhere to live,
but
definitely
actions.
somewhere to
Right.
go. And admire their culture.
Right. What about the food?
That if you get just
See, that's what we got into. You see, I never talked about it.
You never talk about it.
I didn't talk about the food because everybody, I'm not a seafood eater.
Okay.
I don't eat no seafood. I'm from the Midwest, so we grow up near the Mississippi River and the swamps and, you know what I'm saying, that seafood. So I'm not a seafood eater. But then, I just was like, we gotta break some of this kind of tradition. I asked, you know, like them like Big Jane sausages and I actually felt like I got food poisoning. Because I was trying my best to be like, okay, Louisiana food, we gotta do the food. And I was like, we gotta quit eating this food. That's how
You can interpret it as rejection.
Seasoned real good. And then I don't think maybe, like I said, I was with my friends that was seafood eaters. And then one of my friends that was from there.
Number two.
And even right now, I'm from Kansas City. When I go back home, I remember our hometown spots. Like, oh, I gotta go to my hometown spots. But now that I'm older and I got more knowledge, and I go back to, why was we eating?
You don't think Peter ever
Do
got?
y'all mop the floors
Jesus said,
around?
"Get behind me,
I know
Satan."
that's right, yeah.
Peter didn't get offended.
It was fun when we were little. But now you're like,
Look at his life.
y'all, we
There's
didn't have
nothing about his
COVID,
life
pandemic,
that
we
says
just gotta wash our hands.
emotional wellness and health.
We
And he
just
can hear
gotta
something
clean
like
the
that, and
restaurant.
that not bother him.
And
That bother
that's
him.
how, well, my friend that was from there, she was taking us to like the boat.
Did you hear what I just said?
She taking us to
He
the
was
gas
wrong,
station.
but he was wise
And
enough.
Ray them outside,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, Uncle Charlie in there.
Right.
Y'all, it smelled like sewers and backed up in here. I do not.
With tears in our eyes,
I
we
can't.
can say, Lord, I'm weeping, but I'm not
No,
going
when I
anywhere.
was,
And I'm wounded, but I'm
we
not
had like
going
50
anywhere.
kids from
And I'm a
our
little
church,
bit
they
worried,
did,
but I'm not
college
going
tour.
anywhere. And I'm disappointed that this didn't
they
go the
happened
way
to
I
show
wanted it to go.
up in New Orleans the night I preached.
Mm-hmm.
And so I surprised them and went to the hotel where they were.
Mm-hmm.
And all them rats were out there. I'm like, it's just kind of,
Oh, y'all, we gotta do
we
better.
gotta do a whole lot better.
We gotta do better. See, people think I be weird when I be saying stuff. I'm
No,
like,
that's
oh.
That's serious. And then, like you said, yeah, we had a whole pandemic because of nastiness. So, you know, people not washing their hands, not clean, not, you know,
Y'all, I can't make me eat that now. And then so day 3, I'm like, where's the kava? Kava, salads.
Right.
I need that, y'all.
Yeah.
And then as soon as because I ended up begging them to take me to kava, the environment changed. Like we went from,
Oh yeah.
I said, did y'all notice that?
Oh yeah.
I said, start noticing that.
Right.
Start noticing.
Right.
When the environment changed, they don't put these restaurants in certain areas.
Thank you.
Y'all better wake up.
Thank you.
Wake up.
Please.
They don't put these in certain areas. And we know how to make, we know how to make healthy food.
Yes, we do. We do.
And like my mom, she got diabetes and she just had both of her toes amputated.
Wow.
So me just I'm not just saying it just to be on some, no y'all, hold on, this is not, she's a picture of my 20 years from now.
Wow.
So even if I wanna,
Yeah.
we can still do it now, and that's what they said.
Thank you.
With no toes
Thank
now.
you.
I can't,
Yeah.
y'all. Nope. Kava, salads,
Thank you.
we need that. I need it. So nobody. And then they was like, the beignets was amazing, but I was like, y'all, sugar was on sugar. And then
All capital.
sugar. And then just even learning more about parasites and how they crave off of sugar, when your body just always craving some kind of sugar. It can be a parasite, and parasite causes cancer. Y'all, you just can't know now. We can't know now. They didn't know, but
Yeah.
we know we don't have that excuse.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And then sugar is addictive, you know.
Very highly. So yeah, no, I wasn't. I ate some of it just to get it out, but where we was going, maybe if I would have went to more of a higher end restaurant that kind of was serving a little bit more, had a little bit more healthier choices. And then I felt like some of the black-owned restaurants, they didn't have the highest customer service either. Like, y'all, we can't, y'all can't charge us and we gotta
Yeah.
change.
Yeah,
Y'all got people out here supporting y'all.
yeah.
We gotta
We need the
change.
barber experience training.
I was down, and you know I'm a business owner, so I'm walking in there
Right.
like, oh,
Right,
y'all,
right,
still serve us.
right.
Cause even when I would like, I'm the type that don't like to hear. Here, y'all, can y'all grab this? Jonathan, I'm the type that don't like to hear, oh yeah, well when they come in, we treat them like that. Why we treat everybody